All right, welcome to the second episode of the Courtside Conference Podcast. I'm your host, Sam. Derek couldn't be with us today. Special guest, though, my boy Jordan checking in. What's good, Jordan?
What's up? What's up? It's your boy Jordan, a.k.a. JWAP6 on Twitter.
Official host of the Popular Demand Podcast.
That's right.
And the favorite podcast, and what is it, every Monday or Tuesday?
We air every single Monday. On a 2-week hiatus, but on YouTube and pretty much almost any streaming platform, Apple, Spotify, Google Play. But as right now, we're on hiatus. But check out our old episodes. We talk about basketball, music, and movies. So, if you're into that kind of stuff. Hopefully, you got to be into that kind of stuff because we talk about basketball here.
Fast. How to be. Giving y'all updates on sports, music, anything other pop culture. So, y'all go check them boys out. Anyway, John, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing about as well as you can in the middle of a pandemic/revolution.
Facts. You hanging in there. You still taking your classes still going on right now?
No, not right now. I'm doing mostly research here at the school. We finally gotten out of classes. Classes won't start back until August. So right now, I'm going to do research in the morning. Then I'm coming back home and just chilling. It's like the first real breather I've had in over a year. Med school ain't no joke.
Fast, I bet. You grinding it out, though. That's what's up.
Yeah, shit.
How many more years you got left?
I got 3 more years at the school I'm at now. And then just depends on what route I would take. I don't know exactly what kind of, healthcare professional I want to be, but depending on what I want to be, it could be up to 7 more years in total. So it's a lot of school, but I don't mind school at all, man. Like, it don't bother me. It's either to go to school or go to work, and I'm kind of lazy, so I don't mind missing out on work at all.
All right. I hear that. You know what field you want to go into yet?
Still deciding.
Shoot, you got time. They say you got 4-5 more years, so shoot.
Yeah, exactly. So I ain't in no rush to pick.
And the bag be there when you're ready for it.
You're right. That's the most important thing, because a lot of people like, oh wow, you're gonna be at school this long, X amount of years. But I'm like, okay, I know that, but one thing I want at the end of the day is gonna still be there. So I'm not just to get there. I just know I'm going to get there.
As long as you're hanging in there. Need more black men in that field anyway. So salute to you.
Yes, sir.
For sure. But let's get started though. So you're a Clippers fan, right?
That's right, man. Been a Clippers fan it's been over a decade now. I became a Clippers fan when Chris Paul first came to the Clippers. Give you a little backstory on how I became a Clippers fan. I grew up being a fan of big men. So, my favorite players growing up, it was actually KG when he was with Minnesota, Dwight when he was with the Magic. I rooted for KG some when he went to the Celtics. And I think that's where my disdain for the Lakers began, honestly. A lot of my friends were Laker fans and shit. I'm like, nah, man, I got rock with KG.
Everybody had Laker friends growing up.
Of course. It's even worse than, Mississippi. Because here in Mississippi, Mississippi's favorite anything is always what's the most popular thing. We don't really have no real identity of our own a lot of times. So, everybody, the most popular team in Mississippi is, the Cowboys, the Lakers, Patriots, stuff like that. Teams who win all the time. That's generally who Mississippi roots for. We also tend to lean towards, Louisiana teams and Atlanta teams. And so I was a big fan of Chris Paul. He was my favorite. So he was the only guard. Yeah, he was the only guard I really, 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 really fucked with.
Yeah, he there in Louisiana too, New Orleans.
Exactly. And so I was a big fan of Chris Paul for years. And when Blake Griffin came onto the scene, then became a Clipper, it's a lot of speculation that he was next up, he was gonna be the next great big man. So
Blake
I was okay. Yeah, and I used to watch his highlights and everything. I said, this guy's a lot of fun to watch. So when Chris Paul got shipped to the Clippers, I said, this is, perfect.
Match made heaven for you.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite player is now playing with one of the most prolific, young big men in the league. And that's really when I started really getting into watching NBA every single day. So I actually started following. So I was a guy who followed players, and I became someone who followed a team once Chris and Blake united. So that's how my fandom started.
Nice. Chris Paul got that, 2012 season, right?
2011, 2012.
Yeah, that was on lockout year.
So yeah, so it's been about 8 years since I became a Clippers fan. 8 to 9 years.
That was a good year to get into. That was a fun season right there.
Yeah, because the season before that they were terrible. When it was Blake, he got hurt.
Just Blake just dunking on everybody.
Yeah, but that was fun. But they weren't good. But the year I joined in, you had Matt Barnes, Jamal, had the bench mob and all this.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun to be a Clippers fan.
Had Bledsoe that first year. Had Swaggy P second half of that season.
That's right. Oh man, it was fun to be a Clippers fan because at that time the Clippers were better than the Lakers. Yeah. And I got to talk hella shit to people when I was at school. Like, yeah, y'all saw the game last night. Yeah, was watching them and everything of that nature. And so that's another reason why it was fun to be a Clippers fan because I got to actively shit on Lakers fans who didn't think the Clippers were good, but the Clippers consistently beat them.
So that's when the Lakers first started to slow down too.
Exactly.
You see Kobe getting a little older. Powell, he was slowing down. The Dwight failed year.
Got dunked. They was getting dunked on by DeAndre and Blake. It was amazing.
Yeah, Blake was putting Powell on posters for a little while there. Twice in the game.
It was no joke. It was no joke whatsoever. But yeah, I pretty much remained a Clippers fan despite all the ups and downs. It was fun then. It became, as the years went by, it became harder and harder to be a Clippers fan. I started learning why people made fun of the Clippers a lot.
What was your reaction when they blew the 3-1 lead that year?
Sam, I'm gonna tell you, man. I love basketball. At that point, I was in the thick of it. I wasn't watching every game that came on, but at that point, let's see. That was when I was in college actually. So yeah, I watched every game that season. Because that's when I discovered NBA Stream. So I was watching every single Clippers game that season. That was I think it might be the first time I ever done that. And I'm knee deep in the Clippers. I'm emotionally tied to this team. I didn't realize how emotionally tied I was to that team until blew that 3-1 lead.
You never realized it would blow up on you.
I told myself I'm not watching basketball the rest of the year. I said I'm not watching the Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not watching the finals. I don't even want to see a nigga dribble a basketball, man. I was so mad. It was during the summer too, so school's out, but I had to go to basketball practice and stuff like that. And nigga tried to talk to me about basketball. I wouldn't let them do it. I said, no, let's talk about the NFL draft something. I don't want to talk about
anything. That first heartbreak, the worst. No, especially when that was supposed to be y'all year too. That was the best chance.
That wasn't even my first heartbreak because it was the time when we went up 3-2 on the Thunder and lost to them. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Before that, actually, yeah, that was probably the first big. That was probably the second biggest heartbreak. Losing to the Thunder was disheartening, but I knew they were better than us.
No,
I really felt like we were better than the Rockets.
Y'all were better than Rockets.
I really feel. Yeah, we were. I felt like we were the best. I felt like we were the second best team in the West that year. From watching us play every single game, I really believe that. When we went up against the Spurs the round before the Rockets, my best friend, he said, "Who you taking?" I said, "The Clippers." He said, "You just being a homer." I said, "No, I've watched the Clippers match up with the Spurs this year. I know they never had an answer for Chris Paul or Blake. They didn't have an answer for those two during the season. So I feel like we was gonna win. So even though literally every analyst except Jalen Rose and ESPN picked the Spurs, I was confident that the Clippers would win. So that's why I think that made the Rockets loss so disheartening because I really felt like we were better than both those teams. Get home, Chris Paul not see another Western Conference Finals. The Clippers not seeing another Western Conference Finals. Oh man, I hated basketball. I ended up watching. I actually did stop watching basketball. I picked it back up closer to maybe the fourth game of the Western Conference Finals. I started watching again. I was really sick, man. It was
It'd be like that. You get that heartbreak. You always be like, I ain't never gonna get this upset over game again. Then first game that season, you're right back where you started. Happened to the best of us.
I actually don't think I've gotten that mad since. What was your first real big heartbreak basketball wise?
The finals in 2010. I just became a fan probably like a month, like a hardcore fan, like a month before. So I'm thinking like my first year, like really being invested. We don't get the ring, and we was up for like most of that game too. Come fourth quarter, Kobe can't buy a bucket all game, but you know how you do come crunch time though. And Powell had like almost 20 rebounds that game.
Oh man!
And then I thought we had it.
Right there.
What was it? I wanted to play that did it. It was I think Kobe hit a three. It was like a minute. It was 2 left. He hit a three. Rondo hit a three to make it back up. Then Kobe got doubled and hit the round for that three. I almost cried that day. I was almost in tears. They were sitting there, so I was like pacing back and forth around. I was like, I ain't never gonna watch this stupid team no more. Starting that season, legs crossed, sitting on the bed watching again. A decade later, here we are.
No regrets.
No regret
being a Clippers fan. That's what was up, man. I don't regret being a Clippers fan, man. I've been here so long. I really don't. When they blew up the team, when Chris Paul got ready to leave, I knew it was time. I wasn't upset at all. I was actually more hurt when we traded Blake.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere. I didn't expect Blake to leave because we just gave him that big contract, and I was just some kind of I was like, people like my friends were like calling me and saying, "Jordan, so you're a Rockets fan now? Jordan, you're a Detroit Pistons fan now?" Like I had my Laker friends who I argue with all the time. Like, "Hey man, we're only gonna ask you just one time. You can come join the Lakers fan." I was like, "I'm gonna tell you what." And it was unique because I had always been a fan of like players up until that point. Like I'm still like a big players guy. Like I love a lot of guys in the league. Like I love your boys, Jason and Jalen. I love those guys. I love watching them play. I love Embiid and Simmons, despite Twitter's aversion to both of them.
But I like Embiid and Simmons for the most part. They're cool.
They cool. They cool.
The Joe's got to fly though.
But despite me being a fan of players, like I had been rooting for that team for so long. I had been like entrenched in like the fandom for so long. It just didn't feel right rooting for the Rockets. I still root for Rockets. I still watch Chris Paul ball. I even watch some Detroit Piston games to support Blake.
I definitely wouldn't watch no Piston game. Blake was out back once he went to Detroit. I ain't seen that man playing in like 2 years.
Man, it's been rough. It's been rough. I did not bother to watch DeAndre or Jamal Crawford. I was sick of them niggas when they left. I was so sick of them by the time they left. I didn't bother to watch them. But I just felt so in tune with the Clippers that I just feel like I couldn't stop rooting for them. So I stayed a fan, and it paid off, honestly, as we see now.
But we're gonna get into the current Clippers a little later on. But I feel But on to the current events though. So every week we get almost every day we get a new update about Orlando, and the ideas get worse and worse and worse. And among this week's stupid ideas, they have the snitch hotline.
Line bling, man.
Where players and anybody else can call in and say they saw players doing this and that and whatnot.
So you're only supposed to use the hotline if you think people have left, right?
I think if they leave the bubble, yeah.
Yeah, like is that the only circumstance? Or do like you call them because, hey, this nigga's up past curfew, or hey, I saw homie sneaking some girls in. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you only supposed to call when they leave? I wonder. Even regardless though, it's ridiculous.
I think they say if it's they leave without permission, or if they bring somebody else in without permission. Because ain't no way they can really regulate how they interact with each other or what time. I don't think they can do that. That's like policing them a little bit too much.
I know Lou Will made like a statement. It was like, I think he said something on Twitter. It's like, so let me get this straight. We got to be 6 feet apart in the hotels, but we're gonna be standing right next to each other on the court. How does that make sense?
That doesn't make sense. If they're all in the bubble together, and
So
especially
I
since you
think
got
they do have some rules.
Listen, they got what 5-6 teams staying at a hotel together too.
Yeah.
So you can't really distance that way if you can't. We don't do like put barriers around each floor so they can't talk or I don't know.
No,
That's stupid.
It's strange, but like it's kind of like that now. Like when I go out in public now, like people be staying like 6 feet away from each other, and then like I was actually at a meeting the other day, and it was like we were all standing 6 feet. We was all sitting 6 feet away from each other, and then at the end of the meeting, we all conjugated and started talking to each other. Now I realized to myself, like, wait, we're not 6 feet apart from each other anymore. Like I feel like it's like that, or they'll have things in place to keep them separated, but they're gonna ultimately end up being like right next to each other. Because I mean, you kind of forget sometimes. A lot of times.
Like a lot of stores you go to now and got like little lines or squares on the floor that indicate 6 feet 6 feet apart from you and the next group of people or whatever.
But at some point, you end up standing right next to somebody.
Especially when you like waiting in line too. So
it happens. But the snitch line, I guess that's what they're calling it. Like a lot of players are laughing, saying, "Ha ha ha! Oh, we snitching! Ha ha ha!" I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna ask you this: who are some players you feel like would actually abuse that?
Let's see. The obvious answer, everybody's saying Chris Paul gonna be the main one telling on people.
Oh, for sure.
I can see him. I just see Brian hitting the phone call here and there, depending on who is home.
Facts. If it's somebody major, I could definitely see him like saying, "Oh, this is my chance to get him out of here."
And so might snitch on Harden one time or so.
God, this is something I thought about too. Like in the bubble, is that these guys are not going to be around women, are not supposed to be for months. So a guy like Harden, who I feel like goes out and parties in between games and things of that nature. Like, how does someone like him just stay in the bubble for 3 whole months without and just interact with just other players? I can't imagine, man. I don't see how that works.
And what was out there? They said that there's up to 17 spots for family members after the first round, but the players have to pay for the hotel rooms themselves out of pocket.
Really?
Yeah, you ain't see that one?
No, I didn't. I saw that they could have a certain number of people come in, and it's only after the first round. So when they're first there, they can't see anybody. I thought that was kind of whack, but I mean, I understand because it's a bubble. But I didn't know the players going to have to pay.
Yeah, they got to pay for their rooms and stuff. They want to bring like their families and stuff. So that's a bit silly too.
That's ridiculous, in all honesty.
And then what's the other one? The ring, the temperature ring.
I saw the ring. I don't know if it was real. I just kind of glossed over it. I didn't see like an official tweeted. I saw like the NBA Central page on Twitter tweeted, and I said, you know what, this seems a little too ridiculous to be true. Kyle Kuzma gave us some energy, but that's Kyle Kuzma. So.
What Kuzma say? They don't be tracking them or something stupid like that.
I mean, it's a whole ring. Like I can see they will be able to, but I don't think they actually will. But going back to the hotline, I could see if I had to pick somebody on my team, I feel like would definitely do that. Patrick Beverly.
Definitely don't do it.
He gonna an edge. I feel like we'll get a bunch of silly stories about him just doing aggravating shit in the first seat hotel. Yes. The teams in the first seat hotel are gonna wish they were in the second seated hotel. Put like that. Just because of him. But the more I hear about these things that was coming out about how they're doing the bubble, they should just cancel the season.
They should definitely just cancel it.
I really feel like that.
This whole thing is a little ridiculous. Poor Kyrie. Kyrie just can't touch a break this week. But now they definitely should cancel it, though, because like I said, so bubble, and it seems kind of weird trapping grown men in a bubble for like 3 months, can't go out or see anybody. How are they going to get their supplies or just like necessities they need? For the ones who might have to bring their kids, if they got really like young kids in there with them,
But the thing is, you just won't be able to bring your young kids. So
like Gordon Hayward, I think his wife is still pregnant right now.
And that's why. Wait, again?
Yeah, he having a boy finally.
So is this his fourth kid or fifth?
I want to say it's either 3 or 4.
I think it's
I want to say it's 3. Yeah, it's 4. He just had one, I think.
Yeah, because I remember that video when he got like real upset about the gender reveal. There was like 2 little girls there already. So yeah, this is definitely.
Yeah, so yes. This number 4. Yeah, he's finally having a little boy. His wife, she's probably like 5 some months at this point, if that.
I'm mad I know little stuff like that about the Celtics. I realize I don't know if it's because it's from the years of like being like a KG fan turned like rooting for the Celtics, or because because Clippers and Celtics both have a common enemy, so we end up talking shit about the Lakers. So I end up following you guys a lot. But I just follow a lot of Celtics fans, so I end up knowing a lot of random facts about y'all players too. I don't know. Knowing that Gordon Hayward has 4 kids and knowing he has 3 girls. I don't feel like I know random stuff like that. I don't know random stuff like that about any other player on other teams.
Hey, no, I feel you. That's why I always keep on my little Bleacher Report or whatever sports app I use. I always keep tabs on like 4 or 5 other teams besides the season. I think y'all won the teams for real. It's like y'all. I think I got the Thunder just because that's what Shea got traded to.
I forgot you're a Kentucky fan.
Yeah, that's why I got you tabs on the young guys. Got tabs on the Hornets, but it's just them like losing all the time. There's nothing interesting coming out of that one.
That's actually evil, man.
Exactly. My eventually just get irritated with that one. The Timberwolves, after I got a new phone, I ain't even bother putting that back on the tabs. They just keep losing.
Okay. So like when I said I was rooting for like Chris Paul and Blake, were you rooting for Terry Rozier this year on the Hornets?
You know, not really. I was trying to root for him to start. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Nah. Okay. Look,
Terry killed me last year, so I don't have much support me. When I see him have a big game, so I salute him. But just keeping tabs on like game that y'all don't have time for anymore.
I told a lot of people he couldn't be a starting point guard, so I was rooting against him. In all honesty.
Same here. I'm glad he got paid though. Salute to him. Funny guy. When I see his like hilariously bad games, I can't help but laugh every so often. Shouts to Terry. Shouts out on PJ and the homie Devontae.
Them boys balling.
Them boys hooping.
I'm still wondering how like good Devontae is, because like his shooting splits are kind of actually bad. Like they're
bad. He's just a good 3-point shooter. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to. So like I know people eventually gonna be saying like, oh, like he should be like a starting point guard for like a really good team, and I'm like,
yeah, that remains to be seen. But he got time though. He didn't came up, so good for him.
Yeah, potentially most improved player of the year.
Yeah, he my top 5, top 3 for that.
And I kind of tapered off towards the end. I kind of forgot about him until you kind of brought him up just now.
Same, for real. I ain't gonna hold. Well, speaking about why we on Orlando, let's close that out. The media been attacking Kyrie this week. How you feel about that? About Kendrick Perkins getting on Twitter and on ESPN slandering him, saying he making phone calls, him and KD plotting against LeBron, all kinds of other nonsense.
What more can I say? The machine is trying to silence and vilify the black man. We this is what they do. They do to us, and I think it's wild.
It's pretty wild.
It's wild. Kyrie he's only doing his job. Like if there's players in the association who have an issue with what's going on, they have if there's, especially since it's not a minority, it's been like said up to 200 players have issues. Not that they don't want to, they just have concerns. If there's 200 players in a league that has 450 players and they have concerns about the bubble,
that's not a good look.
It's not a good look, and it would also not be a good look on the NBA if nobody issue. In all honesty, if Kyrie didn't say anything, was anybody else going to say anything? And that's not good.
That's not
because
good at all.
Then you have 200 players then you got 200 disgruntled players who feel like their voices weren't heard, and that's the whole point of the union.
Yeah.
And so I think I commend Kyrie for stepping up and taking a stance on this. Like I said, I'm one of those people who objectively believe that the league should have canceled the
Me
season.
too.
As a basketball fan, I hate not to have basketball, not to have a champion this season. But objectively speaking, with the players' concerns, with the social climate, as well as the pandemic, which Florida hit a new record high in coronavirus cases in a single day for any place, I think, in the world. They had like 3,157 cases today. With an ever rising threat of that virus in that state, I just think this should have been canceled. And I think that Kyrie handled it appropriately in the best way he's supposed to. And I think that the media are grossly painting him as a villain so that the masses, us fans, are targeting him rather than being mad at the actual league for this situation. Because the league botched this. They're botching it every day. Like, every time we get new information, we realize how ridiculous this all is.
It's looking real bad.
But as they slide each detail in, the conversation of the day still ends up being Kyrie. And that's what the league wanted. And that's why I can't stand it. Also, Kendrick Perkins, man. Go play in traffic.
Perkins is the worst.
I compared him to Jason Whitlock yesterday on Twitter. Like, everybody celebrate Jason Whitlock being gone from from the mainstream media, but he's just as bad. Like, the comment about if you put his brain in a bird, it would fly backwards. Like, attacking players' character, attacking intelligence, attacking players, talking about anything other than a player's game. I feel like that's
where you gotta draw the line, especially from ex-players like that.
I mean, just talking about for analysts, like, you're supposed to analyze the game. You're supposed to analyze the league. Like, to insult a player in that manner, it never sits well with me. I'm putting like that.
Especially, because if they get in front of the players, they never say none of that stuff too. So, and then when players get them like animosity and attitudes back in the interviews, they don't want to do they don't want to talk to them one-on-one and give them anything. And then it's an attitude after that. They don't give them access to the locker room. They skip out on all these team events where they know certain reporters might be Then they try to paint them as another bad guy going on for doing stuff like that without acknowledging the slams you did on them the previous weeks, months, or years. So
exactly,
and that's why. That's why I say, especially from former players, because especially from guys who've been in the league, like Perk, who was in the league at least 10, 12 years or so, for him to probably deal with that stuff for himself and see his teammates deal with that, and then go chastise and drag another player through the mud, it's like, that's just foul.
I know it's a running joke on Twitter that he is getting a check from Clutch, but his behavior, like, I hope he's doing it for a check. Like, I just hope he isn't doing this for fun. I hope he isn't doing it because he honestly believes the shit he's saying. I hope he's tap dancing for the stuff he's saying, because otherwise, otherwise, man, he's horrible. I mean, he's horrible, period. But that's god awful, man.
I'm thinking it's just like a whole ESPN. I think ESPN, they the only real platform that's really carrying it that way for the most part.
That's what I've seen. I haven't followed it closely enough to say if that's true or not.
Yeah, I don't pay much attention to any guys at Fox.
I just know that I do find it interesting that, like, the whole group chat thing came out, and then, like, multiple players said that never happened, and so it's so weird. So I wonder, like, did a Nets player lie, or did somebody just actually make that narrative up? Like, somebody like a media outlet actually make that narrative up? Because they said that Kyrie left the group chat, but I'm like, why would Kyrie leave the group chat if he knows that conversation never happened? Like,
yeah. So if somebody really did leak it or lie on them, and then it'd be understandable if he left just to maybe get some distance from everything going on, I guess. Which would I'll check it when they say he left. I think the first reporter who broke that it was a lie was Taylor Rutt. So
I think so.
Yeah. So
somebody, or at least she's like, this don't sound right. I don't know if she flat said it wasn't right, but I think she's like said, I don't know about this.
Yeah, so it's messy. You got KD calling Perk a sellout. Wilson Chandler told him we talking yesterday if they got anything, say it to his face. So it's good to see guys stand up for him, though. Then Dwight Howard said he stands by him when he put out his thing yesterday.
It's a mess, man. And like I said, this is all the NBA's. This is what they wanted. They wanted this They wanted the adversity. They wanted the arguing. They wanted all the attention to be on the players as terms of this decision. Like they already say, "Hey, the league started. Like it's gonna happen. Here's the schedule. Yeah, this is how we doing it, and all this stuff." And like it's not just players. Not just players, former players bickering amongst each other, like Matt Barnes joining in on it and saying that Kyrie is only doing this for his own personal gain. Like, at this point, it's now just players arguing. But the league's going to get what they want at the end of the day. So
because every day when you have the players arguing and doing whatever they're doing, while they're doing that, a story or a new update always seems to sneak out around that time.
And like I said, in the update that we gave about the NBA is awful. It's like
every single one. I think they was doing the right thing at first. They had a good thing going, but the past 2 weeks, so they should been slowly downhill.
Yeah, after we actually start getting the fine details of how they're going about things,
it's all messy. So hopefully it's the last time talking about Kyrie because we covered on the last pod too, and then he's back. So hopefully next week it's no more Kyrie stuff because getting a little nasty at this point.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but it probably is not. It's probably not. It's probably not.
Hey, and now we got a little rap beef. No Name just responded to Cole right before we started the pod.
Yeah, I was listening to that before I got on.
How was that? I didn't get a chance to. I kept clicking on the link to it, but my Apple Music wouldn't load it up for some reason.
It's cool. She addressed issues that's going on in the world, and she took the victim stance with Cole, saying that I don't get why Cole's to me in this climate with blood still wet on the streets. You come for me, like she was kind of like that. But then, but like majority of the song, she's actually talking about things like she's highlighting the death of Tory as well as like the death of other people. And so at the end of the day, if people press play on that song, they will be exposed to issues going on. So I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, so at least she's staying consistent while kind of defending herself a little bit. So I read the lyrics she put. I just didn't get a chance to actually hear the audio.
It's cool. Bad lib produced. Excuse me.
They say it's only like a minute and some change.
Yeah, like a minute and 9 seconds. That's it.
So
it's short, sweet, to the point.
That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong. That's hopefully that's the end of that.
I hope so. I like this is like I hate when people say why didn't rapper A call rapper B? I'm like, it's rap, nigga. They supposed to rap. Like let them rap.
Yeah.
This is one of the cases where I feel like they should have called each other. This should never happen. Not today. Not over this topic. Like they should have just talked to each other on the phone.
I seen Cole repost the link to her song, so this probably the end of that. He probably not gonna say nothing about. If anything, he would give her a phone call or text DM something at this point.
Yes.
So we'll need too much more beefing and arguing over no nonsense.
Hopefully, No Name is receptive to. Like, hope she don't turn him away because I can see her doing that, but hopefully she doesn't.
So let's end of that one. But let's get back to the Clippers a little bit. So you say you became a fan in 2012 when CP first got there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from then to now, how was seeing all that develop? Like, so you seen CP get Blake and the guys their first playoff win. Then you saw the little years of, we just said they underachieved, I guess, losing to the Grizzlies, losing to the Thunder, the blown lead, injuries.
Getting hurt. Yeah, injuries that kept them from beating the Blazers, injuries that kept them from beating the Jazz.
Yeah, then you had last year, they overachieved. They drafted pretty well. They drafted Shea. We all thought he was going to be the guy going forward.
So to talk about the development and how how things turned out for me as a fan is it started out fun. Like highlight reels. Nobody expected the Clippers to be good, so there was no expectations. And so it was just so much fun just seeing them like demolish teams and just beat them guys. But then after a certain point, it started to be like, okay, they got Chris Paul, who's supposed to be the best point guard in the league. They got Blake Griffin, who's supposed to be the best power forward in the league. They got DeAndre Jordan. Yes, he was for a couple of seasons. Then he had DeAndre Jordan, who was emerging as a Defensive Player of the Year. He got a Sixth Man of the Year. He got Rivers. At this point, they should win a title. They should be at least in the Western Conference Finals. They should be at least the finals. And that's when becoming a Clipper fan was not fun anymore. It was a lot harder to be a Clipper fan those days because those expectations. While I understand them, watching the team every day, I understood that we're not gonna get there. Like, we're just not better than the Thunder. Like, we're just not better than the Spurs. And like in those given years, and even then when we started becoming better than those teams, the Warriors became a new wall
Warriors
that
came
we
out of
couldn't.
nowhere.
Yeah, the new
Y'all
wall
are
that
the
we couldn't
last
see to
Western
overcome.
Conference team to beat the Warriors too.
Yeah, like can't believe it. Because I think like after that season, like we may have beaten them maybe 3 times since then. That's it.
Yeah.
In the regular season. Like
Regular season.
they started beating the hell out of us after that from that point on. But it was hard. Like, I was watching every single game, but I was probably watching the Clippers more than I had my entire life during that time when they were becoming like viewed as serious contenders, but they kept falling short. And it just wasn't as much fun because it just felt like Chris Paul always played his heart out, but it felt like Blake would be going through the motions. It felt like DeAndre would be going through the motions. It felt like Jamal Crawford was just deteriorating before my eyes. He was becoming worse defensively and just jacking.
Borderline unplayable at one point.
Then we had guys who were unplayable who got a lot of minutes. Celtics legend, Paul Pierce, who Doc ran into the ground, overplayed him. Doc, it's like every season Doc found somebody overplayed. Then we had Doc, who was playing Lance Stevenson at the power forward.
I remember that.
Setting him up for failure. Then we was playing Josh Smith at the 5. And failure. It was just frustrating because I was like, I see what this team can be, but the players and even the coaching are getting in their way of them ever reaching it. And since people didn't watch the Clippers,
y'all was like one player away for like so long too.
At the small forward position. That's
all
we was missing. We just needed somebody who could hit threes and defend. We needed a Robert Covington. That's all we needed. That's all. And we never tried to draft somebody like that. No. Never, the entire time.
And Doc don't like to play rookies first year either. So,
but Doc was there so long. If he drafted a 3 and D, he would have been a rookie anymore at a certain point. Like you gotta keep infusing fresh young talent. Still, they drafting like combo guards who didn't pan out, like C.J. Wilcox and shit like that. And Reggie Bullock, who actually became a nice 3 and D, but he can't 3 and D him. So like it was frustrating. But then after we got rid of Chris, Blake, and DeAndre, well, first of all, when we got rid of Chris, that first season half a season with Blake was actually fun. Watching those players galvanize and actually share the ball, that was something I didn't realize we didn't do. Like I always admired the Spurs and the Warriors for moving the ball around the court. I actually started seeing the Clippers do that after Blake went down. Like we weren't throwing the ball into the post. Like guys were just whipping the ball around the court. It was like the next man up. We had guys like we had G League players coming in hitting big shots. Like I wasn't accustomed to fringe guys doing that. I'm so used to just the star shining and everybody else sucking.
Mm-hmm. You don't realize how much those little things, such as moving off the ball or having shooters or having little role players come in for those. You don't realize how important those things are when you have star players who are like it's ball dominant, CP and Blake wherever you. Like if it's not, if it wasn't Chris holding the ball off possession and setting up, it was feeding Blake in the post for the whole thing, or just that every possession. And you don't realize you don't realize you're missing ball movement. You're so accustomed to that, especially when it's working. So.
Yeah, but like Gallo, he's a pretty good basketball player, man. Underrated basketball player in that aspect. Patrick Beverly actually is too. He's pretty good. He's gotten a lot better at like running the actual point guard position and passing and handling the ball. Like I remember he had like a stretch this season where he was getting like 5 assists almost every game, and he didn't lodge like a turnover for like maybe like 6-7 consecutive games. But he was like, it's like
a
it was
lot better
fun
at making those key plays offensively.
Yeah, like making the reads and stuff, and it was just so much fun watching those guys fight, like being underdogs. Because I've always been a fan of the underdog. And one of the reasons why it was fun. One of the reasons why it was fun watching the became a fan. They were the underdogs, and it was so cool to see them getting back into that mentality. It was cool watching a team that cared. Like that team fought hard every night. Like I remember watching Clippers games. I remember watching Clippers games in the past when Chris Paul and them were there. And my biggest thing was we won games we were supposed to win, but we always lost games we weren't supposed to. We always lost games to the Hornets, to the Bobcats, or whatever they were at that time. Games we weren't supposed to lose because teams they would just come in, sleepwalk and lose, or they play against really good teams. Sometimes get caught sleepwalking, lose.
Yeah,
it was so much fun watching that first season without Chris Paul and. Blake was hurt a good bit of that season too, and after he got traded, that team fought hard every single night. They had a dog mentality thanks to Lou, Montrez, and Pat Bev. So that the old Clippers team just didn't have, and it was just so much fun watching them play. There was so many times I thought we're not going to win tonight. We beat the Celtics.
Yeah, those games killed me too.
That game, I remember I was at school watching the game. I was like, we have no business winning this, but here we are. I don't know how. Because I think Shamit hit like 9 threes that game or something like that. He's something crazy. I was like, wow, this guy's good.
Who was that? That was the game y'all was at home, right?
I can't remember, honestly.
I want to say y'all.
We were there. I want to say we was at the Celtics.
I know it's one of them games from last season. Y'all beat us. I think y'all kept throwing it to like Zubac in the post or whoever was down low. For some reason, they just kept doubling and y'all kept it out and y'all shooters couldn't miss. Shea was on fire. Bev was stroking. Sham, I was like, all right, that's enough.
and it was fun because, like, we had a young, promising backcourt now. I saw Shy. I love Shy, man.
That's my God. That's the dude that just knows how to hoop right there.
I saw when I was, like, looking up draft prospects and, like, who I wanted at that time, thank God I didn't go out on it. I actually wanted 3. I said, okay, we got 2 picks. Let's go for Shy, MPJ, so Michael Porter Jr. and Shy. Let's get them 2. If not them 2, let's get Shy and Kevin Knox. Thank God didn't happen. I mean, we picked Jerome Robinson, so getting Kevin Knox wouldn't actually have been that bad. But I was excited when we got Shy and realizing that seeing him progress in one season. Like, he went from a guy who was hesitant to shoot threes to he would take them to he would actually taking threes off the dribble. I'm like, this guy is getting better.
He gets better every day.
And like, I heard his work ethic from like high school through college. Like, he wasn't like highly touted, but he was like rapidly getting better through Kentucky.
I watched him that whole year at UK. I think he came in that season like a 4-star combo guard or something. And his draft projection was like maybe top 15 in last year's draft. Actually, he wasn't supposed to come out after a freshman, and he started the season on the bench at that. Kevin Knox was supposed to be the guy coming in, and then just watching maybe 5-6 games to the season, I'm like, dang, this Shea kid is kind of nice. Then by the time we get the second half, because he's a conference player, he was the best player on the team.
My dad's a Kentucky fan, and I remember asking him, so like, what do you think about this Kentucky team? He said, well, this boy named Kevin Knox is supposed to be the guy, but he ain't that guy.
He wasn't that guy, man.
I should have known then. I shouldn't have wanted Kevin Knox on my team. My dad told me that, but luckily, Doc and them knew better. Well, not Doc. Yeah. The people we replaced Doc with knew better than to get him. But yeah, I end up loving the team progress, and then we end up going into the next season. Well, now we don't go into the next season, and that's when we get Kawhi and PG. And it's last season and this season, but this one I've had as a Clipper fan in years.
Yeah. What was that? I know you had fun that playoff series against the Warriors, right?
Oh yeah.
Round one, that big comeback, game 2. And Patrick Beverly annoying KD out the series the first 2 games.
It was so much fun because nobody The thing is about like I said, I love underdog story, and the thing about the Clippers was that when Chris Paul left, people saw us as a playoff team. They saw us as a low-seeded playoff team, and then we kind of fell out that picture. And a lot of people, well, actually, we were actually competing pretty well at one point, but then a lot of people were saying like, after we traded Blake, oh, they're not going to make the playoffs. And a lot of Laker fans say, oh, we going to make the playoffs, but they're not going to make the playoffs. So it
Then
was
y'all traded Tobias mid-season too. Man, he was like a fringe all-star like the year before.
Exactly. So we went from actually I'm getting seasons mixed up. So we went from the season before where we shouldn't have traded Blake Griffin to we come into the season with Gallo and Tobias and they're saying like these guys aren't going to make the playoffs. To these guys definitely aren't going to make the playoffs because they traded Tobias. To making the playoffs, and then people say, oh, they're not going to win one game. Then we win a game.
2 games off.
Yeah, we won a game in Oracle, and it was like that was a fluke because we were down like 31. It was like it was a playoff record.
That night.
I actually went to sleep, and I woke up like I could hear like I was getting notification on my phone, and it woke me up and said, "Bird, y'all are actually doing this." I'm like, "What?" I turned my TV on. I said, "Oh shit, this game is close." And I sat there, and I was like, "Wow, this is a." I was like, but I'm saying like people called it a dog, called it a fluke. They said, they said, okay, in a game, they ain't gonna win another game. We turned around and outplayed them. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like the Warriors weren't trying. The Warriors had like I think like KD had like 30-some points, Curry had 30-some points, Clippers still won. And so
and then y'all tied 2-2 or did y'all go down 3-2?
I think we went. I'm pretty sure because we won one game in Oracle, and then we turned around and won a game in LA. Actually, no, we didn't. No, we didn't.
We didn't. Y'all won both in Oracle, right?
Yeah, we won 2 games in Oracle. So we won one game in Oracle. We lost both games in LA, so it was down 3-1, and then we turned around and won another game.
And then the last game, they just dumped the ball to KD all game. I was like,
yeah.
Can't do nothing that happened.
Y'all let that one be. We could do. Wasn't a damn thing we could do.
KD in that zone, y'all let that guy chalk it up. Good game.
We tried.
Try.
I was proud of that team. I was like, I don't know where we're going next, but I love what I've seen from Shy. I love Landry Shamet. I do, man. I still do. I was like, I can see something special with these two, and I like the group of vets they have around them. I also love Trez at the time. I'm starting to wane on Trez now. I'm realizing that he can't be a starting center. But
coming off that bench though, Trez a dog.
Yes, I hope he kind of recognizes that. And so then we get to the trade, PG and Kawhi. I was asleep. I was actually asleep when that happened.
Man, it was like 2 a.m. I think we all was getting ready to go sleep by that point.
But that was also a moment where I was getting like a lot of text messages and notifications, and it woke me up out my sleep. And yeah, man, I ran a victory lap on the TL.
You had to. Was talking breezy.
I couldn't tweet about Kawhi. I couldn't make a tweet about what I thought about Kawhi without Laker fans entering my mention and laughing at me, saying, "You think Kawhi Leonard is going to play with Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell? You think that's what he want when he could play with AD and LeBron James?" And I'm like, "Hey man, look, where the smoke, there's fire. People been saying he gonna come here all year. We'll see." And like I just had it became like this deafening chamber of like voices saying that I was dumb for even thinking about it. So I stopped tweeting about it. Like I completely stopped tweeting about it. My friends would ask me about it. I was like, I don't know. Even though I kind of feel like he was going to come to us, I stopped talking about it completely because it made me feel like I was an idiot for even thinking about the idea that he would want to come to play with us. And so when we got that notification, I had bookmarked a lot of tweets.
You had to.
Oh, I said, I got time today. It was summertime too.
Facts.
I sat there the whole day. I picked a tweet. I dropped the video, tweeted it out. I said, "Yeah, Laker fans, y'all gotta admit y'all wrong." Cause niggas talking bad. They'll being mad disrespectful. and like it insulted my basketball IQ for thinking that Shy was special, thinking that because I had a guy tell me that like Lonzo Ball's a way better draft. He's a way better NBA prospect than Shy, and I was like, I don't know.
We don't see.
We're gonna see. Like Shy's looking like a potential future All-Star. Lonzo finally get his feet under him. Yeah, but like people was like disregarding how good he could be. They didn't see that in him. I'm glad he's showing that now. And so getting PG, Kawhi, a lot of fun. Moving on to the season, it's been, like I said, it's been a blast watching them. It's also been frustrating, like getting used, because knowing they have title aspirations, sometimes they get in that same little lazy groove that Lob City did, where they don't really try. But it don't be Kawhi not trying to do. Sometimes it do be Kawhi not trying. But the team just gets lazy and don't compete as hard as they did like the 2 seasons before. And it's like, okay, Trez and Lou, y'all used to work. They used to play hard. Keep playing hard. Like sometimes it was like Patrick Beverley playing hard. And I also hated like PG will be out because he's hurt. Kawhi be out because he low management, which I knew was necessary. Management. I knew it was necessary, but it was still frustrating though because the people talking badly about him. But ultimately, I've enjoyed the season, and it's been a wild ride from 2011 when I joined with Chris Paul and Blake to now being legit for like the first time ever. Even when people calling us contenders in the past, for the first time ever, I actually feel like, I feel like we can win an actual NBA title. This is the first time I can ever say that.
Especially knowing you got a guy like Kawhi, who we just see him come off a historic run where he dragged the Raptors to the finals.
Exactly. Like you got to have faith in a guy like that, and I believe he's a good number 2 guy. I feel like his problem with the Thunder was the Thunder needed him to be number 1, like because Westbrook isn't efficient enough to be the number 1 guy. Mm-hmm. They needed a PG to be number 1, and he just do that because of shoulder injuries and other stuff.
PG finally made the leap last year, though. I think I was one of the people who saying he was getting a little stagnant the incoming years before that. But last year he really finally took it up one. But it sucked because he hurt his shoulders right before the playoffs, so that kind of ruined his rhythm a little bit late in the season. And then you got his shoulder issue combined with Russ taking him, trying to make the games personal with him and Dame too much.
I didn't think PG should have been MVP that year. Who was I advocating for? I think I advocated for who actually won.
Giannis.
Yeah, I was advocating for Giannis. I was like, how is PG MVP when he got the former MVP on his team and they're like the 6th seed, 2 games away from being the 8th seed? Like I couldn't rock with that. But his individual play was phenomenal though. Like
phenomenal.
Like top
MVP
10,
level, defensive player of the year. I would love to see him
having a top 5 season.
I would love to see him get that defensive player of the year award. I thought Giannis did, but besides what him with PG, anybody but Gobert. I didn't think he deserved that one last year.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He
don't
deserve that shit this year either.
Nah, Giannis got to get it this year. I don't care what nobody say. Either him or AD.
I think for the kid, MVP and defensive player of the year, you love to see it, man.
He deserves both of those. Let's hope he backed that up with a playoff run. But you think y'all the favorites to come out there, right?
That's what people saying after watching the season. To be honest with you, due to the finals, if it's us in the Bucks, we're just too small.
Yeah.
Teams, I like watching teams bigger than like the Sixers, like how Embiid and Simmons just straight up embarrassed us in both instances where we played them. Well, actually, they ain't too much embarrassed for the second time. There was more Shake Milton embarrassing us. But the first time, how nobody could just guard Embiid. He was just throwing Zubac around, throwing it. And then after Zubac got in foul trouble, literally all we could do is stick my treads on him. And the Bucks embarrassed us early on this season because we just could not handle it. The fact that everybody on the team is damn near 7 foot tall, the entire starting lineup except for Bledsoe. Like we can't handle too much size. Ironically, I'm not too worried about the Lakers size. They don't seem to outsize us when we play them, except when we throw Lou and Trez out there. But I don't have us as favorites. I have the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks. But you got y'all coming out over the Lakers, all right?
If the Bucks, if they can, yeah. I believe in us coming out of the Lakers. I believe it a lot before that last game we had where we lost, but I'm still picking us over them as of right now.
Yeah.
But
I think y'all just got more than the Lakers right now. Like I don't think the Lakers have a role player or a third guy outside of Brian and AD who can go win you a game or win you a quarter by themselves. Maybe Kuzma might get hot for like maybe 5 minutes, but I don't think he don't hold it for a whole playoff game though.
We see, Danny Green does that kind of shit too. But
yeah,
even when they beat us the last time, like I think Avery Bradley missed one shot. Like he took like a bunch of shots.
Yeah, and Avery, like, he's not gonna be that guy to go win you. You can't look at Avery and be like, Brian, that guy, go hold us in for the next 5 minutes or so.
But to the Lakers' credit, I've been saying their third best player is their defense, and sometimes it doesn't matter. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't really matter if if they're prevented from scoring on the other end and just letting Bron and AD, beat you over the head until they got the lead again. That's what they do a lot of times. Like a lot of times they ain't hitting threes or nothing. They just locking you up for multiple possessions until Bron and AD can make the game close again, and then they take off.
And, that's what you gotta do. You got two arguably top 5 guys on the team, so
arguably two top fives. Arguably two top five guys on the same team.
You're a little rocky. A lot of talent right now, so it's kind of hard to say. It's like maybe 3-4 guys who can claim them, 3 through 5 spots.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at all. I just, I'm going to record saying about AD. I've said it plenty on Twitter, but I think it's unfair to give him that top 5 because the reasons why you wouldn't put the other guys in the top 5. Well, AD has some same issues in terms of play team success. Like people hold team success over Hardenhead and stuff like that.
So you gotta hold it over AD. You gotta hold. You want to beat Giannis over here because he ain't he ain't beat the Raptors last year. You gotta hold it over AD too. Only
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You want to hold it over Russ for not going without KD. So then it's just like that. So who outside the Lakers you think anybody's a threat to y'all in the West? You worried about the Rockets?
I was worried about the Rockets until they traded Capella.
Yeah.
I was because Capella gave that's an underrated part of those games that nobody talked about. Capella was giving Kawhi and PG a hard time when they drove to the rim. Like he was meeting them almost every time, contesting almost every shot. He made Kawhi's life hell in that first loss against them. And the next time we played against them, even though they won, I think they won the last time we played them. I can't remember. As Capella was gone, Kawhi was getting to the rim with ease. Like he would just drive. Like he there was just nobody to stop him when he went up. Same thing with Trez. Like there's literally nobody to guard Trez. Capella was completely neutralizing Trez the first time we played them, but now that there's nobody to guard Trez, like literally there's nobody on the team that can guard him now. Now
and you guys play y'all play a lot of half court ball, and y'all not the fastest team in the league, I don't think anyway.
No.
So yeah, that's Kawhi and PG's biggest strength is getting able to set up in the half court, work you on the block, create for themselves, go to the bucket. So now you take out a guy in the paint who kind of flourishes in those slower type games like that.
Yeah.
Opposed to what he was doing, getting ran off by the Warriors when they get the gunner. So now you take him out the equation, you just got a bunch of 6, 7 guys trying to match up with Kawhi's a tank too, so that's not gonna work for you.
No, and the thing is, like the Clippers want to play small ball. We want to be able to throw Patrick Beverly, Kawhi, more Trez out there on the court all at the same time. We want that, and then the Rockets give us a chance to be able to actually do that and not pay the consequences because of size. I still say I'm worried about them because refs. Harden draws a lot of fouls. It's nothing for him to get Zubac or Kawhi. Well, actually, we don't really Zubac that series, but is anything for him to get Kawhi or PG in foul trouble every game?
And Russ was starting to heat up a little bit too.
Yes. But the thing is, I realized that even when Russ has great games, the Rockets still lose because they can't do the margins. They lose on the margins because they can't rebound, and that kills them. So even though Westbrook was balling and like since getting rid of Capella, they weren't necessarily just winning a lot of games. They dropped games to like the Knicks, the Hornets, also another bad team before that, before the season ended. They run out of steam.
You got who is it? PJ Tucker's that de facto big man, so.
Yeah, like it's on guys do that all the time. Like they can. That's why you do it in spurts. That's why you don't do it in entire games because it's hard on their bodies. But I'm worried about the Rockets if the officiating gets crazy. I'm kind of worried about the Nuggets, but the Nuggets don't have anybody that can guard Kawhi and PG.
And they don't have no second scorer outside of Jokic either.
And Jokic, but Jokic is crazy, man. Like
that boy a beast.
Zubac struggles. Jokic, not joking, but Zubac struggles to guard him. So I'm worried about that matchup because if he gets in foul trouble, that just leaves Trez out there, and Trez can't guard. He can't even guard the Plumlee that comes off the bench. So I'm worried about that.
I won't worry about it too much. Like I said, unless Michael Porter come back pretty healthy after this long layoff, that's the boy right there. He gonna be the one in a couple of years if you stay healthy, I think.
I know he's not on my team because he couldn't be in.
You're not scared of Jamal Murray to a whole playoff series?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You worried about the Jazz though?
They have the wings, the defensive big wings and Ingles and a couple of other guys. They can actually like throw at Kawhi and PG and slow them down some. Not to mention they got a guy in Gobert who can meet them at the rim even if they get past around those good defenders. Their defense worries me. That's what scares me the most. Also, I don't know how Zubac did a great job against Gobert both times we played them though, so that's great. But they can present a real challenge if we line up against them. But I think ultimately we can win that series as well. The only series I can't say definitively will win is Lakers, possibly the Rockets.
Yeah. Lakers series gonna be a dogfight for sure though.
Man, it's gonna be hell.
And it's gonna come down to which duo better, so that's gonna be fun to look out for.
This team gives me Clippers are giving me serious anxiety. It wasn't like this in the beginning, but now I get so nervous like watching them play high profile games. Like it drives me nuts. Like also like you got to this point where like I just knew the Clippers so well. I'd be watching the game and be like third quarter, I'll turn it off. And my best friend be like, Jordan, you ain't gonna watch the end of the game? I'm like, bro, I know they're gonna lose. I can just tell when they heart not in it. And then the next morning I wake up, they lost. I'm like, I knew it.
Yeah.
It's about like the team stopped being like that after Chris and Blake left, where I was like, they're gonna lose. I turn it off, go to sleep, wake up. I'm like, oh, they actually won. Like, they started surprising me then. But like now, like I said, like I don't be needing that heartbreak. That fourth quarter, it should be driving me nuts. When they be doing dumb shit, like
get used to that after a while. Let's look at the East for a second, though.
I'm still not. I'm really okay.
So y'all come out the finals. Say y'all run into us in the finals, though. I think we done had the best 2 games of the season out of everybody. I think. Maybe I'm being a little biased, but we done had some fights.
The only other great game, other than both the Celtics versus Clippers games, was probably the Rockets versus the Clippers games.
Yeah.
I feel like the Lakers had one. Also, like the Clippers versus Lakers games, really crazy too. In fact, the Lakers had a very great game against somebody else too. But I think I'm drawing a blank. Y'all demolished them, so I ain't gonna count that game. But if we meet y'all in the finals, I ain't gonna stunt. You saw the playoff trios. Like, what if we switched to 1 through 16?
Oh yeah, I hated that thing.
I've been an advocate. No, see, crazy thing. I've been an advocate for that for the longest. I said, oh yeah, 1 through 16. Let's see what it's gonna look like. I looked at the scale. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna got average now. Easy. We're gonna beat Wonder Boy. I ain't worried about Doncic and dragging Bender with a sexual assault charge. I ain't worried about them two. But then I looked at the team we play next. I'm like, okay, we might have to play the Sixers. And B might get us all the way up out of here, in all honesty. I'm kind of scared about that. And then I saw the Celtics, and I was like, I don't really want to play the Celtics either because the Celtics really feel like the Clippers of the East.
It's like looking in the mirror like a slightly younger version of y'all boys.
Yeah, like it was so jarring, like watching that first game, because I'm seeing Marcus Smart die for rebounds. I'm seeing Patrick Beverley die for rebounds, and like I see them barking at each other. I see the dark skinned, light skinned brothers on one end guarding the dark skinned, light skinned brothers on the other end, look at each other. I see the underrated big white center for the Celtics and the Clippers, who people don't think are good, but actually are very, very great in their roles.
Key players for both teams too.
I see them, yeah, like I see both of them like making, plays in those games, and I'm like, wow, like it's like playing ourselves, and that's kind of scary because I don't know who. I can't say every time we played y'all, I could never say like, "Oh, we're gonna win this game," because I don't know. It could be playing ourselves.
Same here. Like, it's that first game. I think we had that lead on y'all early. I was shook. I couldn't believe it, and then we just blew it down the stretch. And y'all the more experienced and veteran team, so that was a little natural.
Exactly, and then we get to but the only thing we have that y'all don't have is like a Trez and a Lou off the bench.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'd be better coach. So that kind of neutralizes that fact because y'all were abusing Trez and Lou whenever they were on the court.
Yeah, but that second game, Trez was cooking our young boy though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had Grant on him for like most of the fourth quarter OT, and Trez he was guarding Trez like so tight. I was like, why are you this close to him? He can't shoot. So Trez was just like turning around and driving straight to the pit. I'm like, Grant, you grinding, bro, but you're killing me at the same time.
Trez, he quick to give them points back. So it's cool. It's cool.
And then y'all brought the best out of Tatum both games. I think his second game when you shot was the best game of his career. He was finally carrying on offense, start barking a little on the end of the game, flexing on guys, D'ing up at the same time too, taking on the challenge of guarding Kawhi, both OTs. I was like, whoa. I ain't never seen that boy act like that.
I was like, who is this man? This guy, man. I was losing my damn mind. I'm like, please, miss. Please, just once. Like that was me that whole game. Like, please, just miss just once. Oh man, I was upset. I wanted to win that game bad, but I was like, okay. I think myself like the Celtics are a very good team. I'm not too mad about it, losing to them. But like we had a series against y'all, which I could see. I don't think it's out of realm of possibility. After watching y'all in the past, right before the season ended, I was like, I saw the potential of the Celtics possibly coming out of the East. I like y'all better than the Raptors. I like y'all better than the Heat. I like y'all.
Definitely.
The Sixers are just such a flawed team, even though they should be the better team.
They should be the better team, but they don't mesh right. And Brett Brown, he on his way out, so no, he don't do right that series. So I ain't gonna worry about him.
My prediction for the East is it'll be a Celtics-Bucks Eastern Conference Final, barring Budenholzer brain just short circuiting again. I got the Bucks coming out. Yeah, I got the Bucks coming out of the East. But if the Celtics got there, and it was versus the Clippers, it'd be a very, very, very fun series. Like very close games, highly competitive.
Margin of victory, 5-6 points every game, both teams.
Exactly. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. The only other finals matchup I'd like to see more than that would probably be Lakers Bucks. Yeah,
because I could say AD.
Yeah, that's what I want. Because if it's because the Rockets make it, I don't think there's anybody in the West I would want to watch the Rockets play. I mean, if the Rockets make it, I don't think there's anybody in the East I would want to actually see the Rockets play against. Because all the Bucks going to do is let them take every three they want to take, and that's going to be just bad. It's going to
the Bucks and Rockets would be funny because neither one of those coaches ever make any type of adjustments along the series goes on. So it'd be both of them just doing the same stuff every game.
It'd be the Bucks doing their typical defense where they let teams just shoot threes as much as they want to, and it'll just be the Rockets with their typical offense. So
Shoot the
I'm just going to
threes.
take – yes. It'd be bad. It'd be bad. I don't want to watch that.
Snooze first.
And I feel like watching the Rockets versus y'all would be like watching us versus the Rockets. So it wouldn't be nothing I really want to actually see.
No, I feel you on that one.
Oh, I've seen you talking about Lakers versus Celtics finals. I think that'd be cool though.
That'd be cool.
I don't like it because I would favor the Lakers in that situation. And I won't. But if the Lakers make it finals, I want somebody I feel like can actually beat them, like really beat them. I really do think the Bucks could do that.
Yeah. My thing, I just don't think the Lakers got more than a lot of teams. But like I said, you ain't got Brian and AD. It don't really matter, but so much. But when I look at us against, I think we one of the teams who actually we don't have the top two. Like their peak talent is better, but everywhere else across the board, I think we went after that though.
Oh yeah.
So you just name the talent, and then like it's a large gap between Jalen, Tatum, Kemba, Hayward, and then their next few players who will be on the list.
Oh yeah, and that's why y'all got the better of them in that second game. You had to absolutely destroy them. Also, y'all got a better coach. That's also that's underrated aspect of any playoff series is having a better coach can take you a long way.
And then the game they beat us in LA, we was down Kemba and only lost by 3 points, one possession game.
It wasn't a lot.
And that one had so many like shady and bad calls and like calling Jalen out of bounds when he was a whole foot in bounds. They took away a goaltending in like the first and second quarter because LeBron and Dwight was complaining a lot, even though it was like an obvious goaltend. So
I just know that I was kind of down on the Lakers for the reasons that you're stating, but despite that, they've made themselves be the number one seed in the West. So I got to give them the benefit of – I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt right now.
I can understand.
And just because Laker fans have been on my head all season, like, I thought you said this. I'm like, I did say that. So I own up to it. I was wrong. And now I'm going to wait for them to see if they'll prove me wrong in the playoffs.
We don't see. But, Brown and AD playing 40 minutes a game if need be. So
exactly,
both of them boys going to be on the court every second of the games. I mean, at least one of them going to be on the court every second of the game.
They're going to have to be, honestly. But even if they do that, it's going to force other teams how to play their best players a lot because they're not going to be able – if Braun and AD on the court the entire game, you can't have Lou out there, like Lou Will out there long. But I don't know if Doc Rivers knows that. I don't know if Doc Rivers knows that. I'm pretty sure he don't.
I hope he knows. He don't learn if he don't know about now.
About when we're at the house.
It's like how we were running them to the finals. They got AD 40 minutes a game. We can't ever put Cantor on the floor.
No.
Absolutely not. No Cantor. No Brad. One extended minutes.
But Brad Stevens is smart enough to recognize that. Or at least see it not work for one game. Like, all right, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah. Brad gonna give you like maybe one experimental stretch of the game. So like he might put Cantor in there just to kind of burn some minutes or so if we got a lead. But if he knows it's just no way it can be his game, he will not see the floor the rest of the game. So which I appreciate. Yeah, Doc is stubborn.
Let's go on to the next topic. Right, get started. I don't want to rant about Doc right now. I'm in a good space right now.
Oh man. All right, y'all. But to end every pile, I do a top 5 segment where I pick 3 top 5 specific to the guests I have on.
Okay.
So here's your top 5. First thing, the generic basketball question. Give me your top 5 current players in the league. Your favorites.
Favorite players?
Top 5 current favorites.
Top 5 current favorite players I enjoy watching the most. Definitely Kawhi and PG, first and foremost. Probably Embiid. I'm a Kansas fan.
Yeah.
I'm also a big man fan. Love Embiid to death. Wish he was better than what he's been giving us.
He don't get there though.
Nah, I hope so. He's at least being a lot more. His health is a lot more consistent than it was in the beginning. So he's starting to make me believe that he can actually
when he get there like mentally, he don't get there. So he's too talented of a guy not to reach that level, I think.
So let's see. It's those 3. I'll probably say Joke. I watch a lot of Joke. That's 4.
Joker.
And 5. Probably might be Giannis at this point. I watch a lot of Giannis too right now. So it's probably like my 5 favorite players currently.
I ain't mad at it. It's 5 great players. All right, next top 5. Big hip hop guy, big Kendrick Lamar guy. I know you go to bat for him. Any chance you get?
Let's see.
Give me them
Top
top 5.
5.
Give me them top 5 K-Dot songs.
Top 5 K-Dot songs. Man, that's hard. Sing About Me Down to Third is easy off the top, off the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. I'm trying to remember the name of the song. I think it's His Pain or Her Pain. I think
That's
I think the song.
Section 80, right?
Okay, that's not the song I'm thinking about then. There's a song with him and BJ the Chicago Kid, but I'm struggling to remember the name of it. It is something, but I can't remember what it was.
I want to say that it is a Her Pain. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, but that's like one of my favorite all-time Kendrick Lamar songs. Those 2. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to pick a song off of "To Pimp a Butterfly." I'll probably say "You Ain't Gotta Lie." I think that's an amazing song. That's 3 songs. Damn. If there's a song I could pick off, Damn, I'd probably say "Feel." So you just talking that shit for like the entire
that's
track.
a burner right there.
And then to round out the list, that's tough. Round the list. I'm gonna go back to Pimp a Butterfly. I think I'm going to take Mama. That's my top. That's my top 5. So
that's a hard 5 right there. I just see the stress in you trying to pick them.
Pain, Feel. Hey, it's like when I really don't subscribe to being a stan, but if the closest I am to being a stan is probably a stan of the Clippers and of Kendrick Lamar. So it's hard to differentiate between my favorite songs with him. And like right now, if you ask me who are my top 5 favorite Clippers, it's hard. It's hard to pick that. Well, to rank them, it'd be hard. Say who they are, and probably wouldn't be as hard.
Yeah,
but that's my top 5 songs.
Top 5, shit, nice. Stay on hip hop. Give me your top 5 rappers of the last decade, the 2010s.
The 2010s.
Top 5 based off quality of music and skill of rapping. No sales.
No sales. We ain't talking about sales. We talking about skill, quality of rapping. Ooh, man, you gonna make somebody.
That's the goal.
You gotta put K-Dot up there for sure. Oh, this is like something I haven't actually thought about all that much. Who's been the best in terms of skill and quality? I feel like you got to put. I feel like I've been harping about Freddie Gibbs. I hope I don't make a mistake saying I'm riding the cane train. But I don't want to feel like I'm doing that. But I feel like he put out 3 amazing hip hop albums in that decade, and Pinata, and Betty, and then Bandana. So I want to say Freddie. Quality of albums I really respect. I feel like I gotta say Drake, but I did not like a good portion of the albums he put out in the second half of the 2010s. So that's what's keeping me from saying him.
You can leave Drake off, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Drake kind of fumbled that the last few years of the decade. And I'm a huge Drake fan too, so there's no hate coming from you saying that.
Man, I'm trying to think. Like, there's a lot of guys who I thought were like who had great 3-year, 4-year stretches in terms of quality and rapping, but then like just the rest of the 2010s, I can't say it in good conscience. Like, I feel like Cole was like one of the bigger artists of the last decade, but I can't say he was like top 5 because I thought like some of his latter albums weren't all that either.
Yeah.
So right now, the only ones I feel comfortable saying is Kendrick and Freddie.
You gotta get 3 more though, man. I can't let you off the hook like that.
Can't do it off the hook like that. Not Hove, not Kanye. No. Neither one of those 2. They didn't meet the mark for that decade. I'm gonna say Future. Future isn't the most like technical rapper. He isn't the best rapper, but he put out quality projects year after year after year after year after year after year, and I have to respect that.
Yeah, I respect that. Got you also.
I'm gonna say Big Crit. He is a really good rapper, and who is pretty consistent as well in terms of making projects. He's wasted no time between 2011 to 2020. I think Drake, for instance, like Drake is a better rapper than both those two guys. I just say it when he's at his peak.
When he chooses to rap.
Yeah, when he chooses to rap, like he can. I feel like on a song, put Future on a song, which he don't ever choose to actually rap when he on a song with Future. But if you got Future on a song or Big Crit on a song with Drake, I feel like Drake had a better verse if you actually wanted to have a better verse. But he just don't do that. But regardless, I think those two have actually had better projects across the 2010s. So Kendrick, Freddie, Future. I said Crit.
One more.
Let me see. Ooh. Damn, I'll just put Drake. I'll put Drake. There.
I ain't mad at it.
There, I did it. I said it. Because in actuality, like, I'll be hard on Drake. When he talks his talk, like, there's not many rappers I think can, like, have a better verse than him on a track. And
when Drake wanted to show up,
so I'm
going to show up. I ain't mad at it. But all right, brother, I appreciate you for coming on and kicking it off.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on. I remember, I think you started your podcast around the same time I started Papa the Man years ago.
Yeah, but
I'll listen to you boys, and I was excited. I said, "Oh, this is dope!" Like, that was the beginning of me listening.
That was the first attempt I did, but we know that we had like scheduling issues, so we were never trying to get that one together. But then I hit Derek up. He let me come on his platform and do this. So hey, salute him for allowing us to kick it like this.
Oh, for sure, because like I said, you're a very knowledgeable basketball fan. It's always fun talking to people who know basketball.
Salute.
So I appreciate you guys having me on.
Definitely. You tell the rest of your boys about your Popular Man. They want to come kick it. Tell them they're more than welcome to.
I'll make sure I tell them that, man. I'll send them your way.
Man, appreciate you, brother.
Oh, yeah.